In the boundless mercy of Allah, every act of giving plants a seed that grows beyond what the eye can see. The Quran teaches us, the example of those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah is like a seed of grain that sprouts 7 ears. In each ear is 100 grains. This is the story of a man who learned that true wealth lies not in hoarding, but in the hands that give, through Infaq and Sadaqah. In the heart of Mecca, before the light of Islam fully dawned, lived Hassan ibn Omar, a merchant of shrewd mind and steady hand. His stall brimmed with the finest goods, silks from the east, spices from the south, and his wealth grew like the dunes under a steady wind. His heart was a locked chest, his wealth a treasure he guarded fiercely. Charity was seen as loss, not gain. The words of the Prophet, peace be upon him, that charity does not decrease wealth, were yet unknown to him. A ripple went through Mecca, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, proclaiming a message from Allah. Hassan heard of it, a call to worship one God, to purify the soul, to give to the needy. He scoffed at first, but curiosity drew him closer. One night, he dreamed of a field of golden wheat, whispering promises he couldn't grasp. A drought came, drying wells, thinning markets. Hassan's wealth dwindled as goods sat unsold, yet he clung to his coins. A widow approached him. Seeking mercy, he refused. But dreams, persistent and vivid, stirred his heart. One evening, he heard the Quranic verse of the seed and 7 ears. Abu Yahya, an elder, recited it, drawing Hassan nearer. For the first time, the weight of a closed heart felt unbearable. That night, trembling hands unlocked his wealth. At dawn, Hassan gave dates and bread to the needy. Each coin felt like a seed in fertile ground. A marvel unfolded, small acts multiplied, like ears sprouting from a single seed. The drought broke, and with it, Hassan's heart. His wealth grew not just in coins, but in barakah. He gave Sadaqah to the needy, Infaq for the masjid, each act a seed yielding 7-fold. The townsfolk saw him not as a miser, but as a giver. Years later, an elderly Hassan walked through lush fields, a legacy of generosity. The Prophet said, "The generous one is near to Allah," and Hassan felt that nearness. The story asks, what seeds do you sow? Infaq and Sadaqah are not losses, they're harvests waiting to bloom. A seed of grain that sprouts 7 ears. Give, not for the world, but for Allah.